Ghana Bar Association, they have issued a bullet. They say that John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency the President, stop what you are doing. Stop it. Stop cry before we get angry. Stop cry. Don't go near there. Do you know where the Bar Association has come from? The first president of the Ghana Bar Association was Wafa JB Dankwa. Hey, Bar Association has come from far. In the Champon days, they led the revolution. Hey, in the Rawlings days, they fought it very hard. When you brought 1992 Constitution, they boycotted, but they contributed to it. They went to court. Go and look at the Ghana Bar Association law report. Don't go there, President Mahama. Don't try. Let's see what the Bar Association said. Okay. 1. Revocation of suspension. The Ghana Bar Association calls for the immediate revocation of the suspension of the Chief Justice as it considers the suspension to be unconstitutional, considering the fact that the President, who is not a judge or a judicial officer, exercises discretion to suspend the Chief Justice under Article 14610 of the 1992 Constitution in the absence of a published constitutional instrument, statutory instrument, or regulations governing the exercise of his said discretion as required by Article 296 of the Constitution. The Ghana Bar Association hereby also calls for the immediate enactment of a clear and comprehensive regulation relating to the matters under Article 146 of the Constitution, the Republic of Ghana, etc., etc. In addition, the Ghana Bar Association calls upon President of the Republic of Ghana to immediately release the full decision establishing a prima facie case against the Chief Justice consistent with established precedent. This disclosure is necessary to ensure that the process is conducted in accordance with the principles of transparency and fairness. Now, I'd like to expand on this a little bit. The Bar Association is saying, and I've seen Dr. Kwesi Prempeh's document, it just came to me as I was going to the studio. Kwesi Prempeh seems to be arguing against it, and I'm completely confused. Now, on the first one, where they are talking about regulations, people are going to Dateba, but I think that Dateba must be read well. Dateba says that where the person is not a judicial officer, he has to publish regulations, but when he's a judicial officer, you can't ask him to publish regulations to exercise his discretion because he's already a judge, he's a judicial officer. That's what Dateba says. Dateba didn't say that anybody who exercises discretion cannot publish anything. You are not a judicial officer, Mr. President, so you have to publish the regulations. Forget about that. That's very legalist and that's technical. But let's come to the basic one. You say that the Council of State found something against Justice Tokonum. The Bar Association is saying that show us the thing. Okay, I'll come to this in a minute. It says, show us the thing. Show us the thing. What did the Council of State see that they decided that a prima facie case has been made? Because the Lord Chief Justice is the people's Chief Justice. He is not elected by NDC people or elected by MPP people. He is a Chief Justice appointed by whoever is President of Ghana. Now, in exercising his authority to appoint the Chief Justice, His Excellency the President is not performing a governance function. He's performing a state function. Political scientists, come and let's talk. State and government. The difference between state and government. Monocephalous executive, bicephalous executive. In bicephalous executive, the head of state is different from the head of government. So if you are in England, it is Her Majesty the Queen that appoints the Chief Justice, not the Prime Minister. The monocephalous executive, inside the president's body, half of it is state, half of it is government. Sometimes he's performing a state function. When President Mahama went to the Ghana Military Academy and was nicely clad in naval wear, he was performing a state function. The commissioning of officers to the Ghana Armed Forces is a state function. It's not a government function. When President Mahama goes to launch Mahama Cares, it's a government function. It's an NDC government function. It's not a state function. When President Mahama nominates somebody for the position of Chief Justice, it is a state function. It's not a government function. So the Chief Justice is a Chief Justice of the state. That is why on Independence Day, you will see the Chief Justice, they will say that the arrival, if you are watching GBC, the arrival of the dignitaries, the Lord Chief Justice, Justice Tokonu, Justice Eni Yeboah, Justice Philip Archer, Justice Aban, whoever it is, they climb up the dais and they sit there. They sit near the president. They are performing a state function. When it's an NDC rally, Justice Tokonu will not be there. When it's an NDC rally, Dr. Manibwama will be there. He's NDC Minister for Defense. He will be there. So we have to understand this principle. That's what the Bar Association is saying. That, Mr. President, you cannot say that you found something against the Chief Justice and it's a secret. So only you know, only you and the Council of States know. This era of social media, of plural media, we cannot accept that. Come and show us the details. What happened? What happened? Come and show us.